Hello everyone, welcome to the 8th video session in our chronic pain management series. The topic for today is on flare management and the strategies you have in your pain management toolbox. This is the final session in our 8-week chronic pain management series. We will be summarizing all of the topics we have discussed previously and showing you how to put it all together. We will be still adding additional video content after this week's session that will touch upon other topics related to chronic pain that were not covered in our 8-week series. During today's session, we will first review the pain cycle that was introduced in session 1. Next, we will give an overview of each week's topic. For further details on each session, please tune in to our previously posted videos. After each topic is reviewed, we will go over the concept of flare-ups. Then we will discuss what a toolbox is in reference to chronic pain management. Finally, we will talk about what comes next on your chronic pain management journey. To start this session, we'd like to review the pain cycle that we first introduced in session 1. The pain cycle is a way to visualize how pain can negatively impact your everyday life beyond physical symptoms. The pain cycle begins with the experience of pain. Now, because you're in pain, you may stop doing the things you want and need to do. This can lead to moving less overall, which can make your body unable to be as functional as it used to be. Your muscles can get tight, stiff, and fatigued, which can result in more pain if you try to move. When you're not doing as much and not moving as often, a lot of times a psychological component comes into play. You may have a lot of negative thoughts that can spiral into not wanting to go out and see other people. When you're not feeling great about yourself physically and mentally, you may not want to meet up with other people, especially if you feel they will not accept or understand your pain. When you avoid social situations, you continue to not move and you might become scared to move. Your muscles continue to fatigue and stiffen, so the result is more or continued pain. Even though pain is an underlying factor of the cycle, it's only listed on the cycle once. So yes, pain is a factor, but there are many other areas on the cycle that you can intervene that can influence your pain. We now want to take the time to review all of the topics we discussed in previous sessions. In our first session, we discussed the different ways you can classify your pain. Some examples are intensity, location, physiology, is it shooting, burning, or something else, and time, is it acute pain or chronic? We also talked about the 4 themes of pain, the first being that pain is pervasive. It seems to interfere with so much of life. The second theme is that nobody understands. Chronic pain is an invisible condition, and not everyone knows what you are experiencing. The third theme is the "I'm fine" idea. Sometimes it's too difficult or you don't feel comfortable explaining how you're feeling, so it is just easier to say, "I'm fine." The final theme of pain is that it's always a factor. Whenever you plan to do something, you always have to consider your pain. All of these themes and feelings are normal and valid when experiencing chronic pain. The more you understand about your pain, the more you will be able to manage your symptoms and be able to do the things you want to do. In our second session, we talked about the importance of goal setting. Whenever we are experiencing pain, we tend to not want to participate in activities and feel that we can't get anything done. With setting goals, you can then see a tangible plan of what you want to do and how you want to do it. You can set short-term goals or smaller goals that can be accomplished in a shorter amount of time, and you can set long-term goals. Long-term goals are bigger goals that will take more time. Usually, your short-term goals will build up to your long-term goal. Whenever you do set goals, it's important to set SMART goals. This acronym stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based. When setting SMART goals, it allows you to write out goals with a plan in mind. Specific goals help us not to reach for something that is too vague. "I want to be healthier" is an example of a non-specific goal because it doesn't say how you want to be healthier. Measurable gives you a way to understand how you know your goal has been achieved. Attainable and realistic ensures you are not setting a goal that is too lofty or setting a goal for something you cannot control. Time-based gives you a chance to set a timeline for your goal, so you have a deadline for achieving it. Goal setting is a great way to organize your thoughts and give you something to look forward to. In our third session, we discussed the concept of activity planning and went into more detail about safe movement and positioning patterns. Activity planning is a way to organize your day so that you can complete tasks without increasing pain. When organizing your activities, think about the amount of effort required to complete the task, what objects or tools you need to use, how much and what type of space you need, and the social demands, or how much help you will need, or if you will have to complete the task with others. Activities take up more effort that should be spaced out with activities that are simpler to complete. You can also break down a larger activity into smaller steps to ease the burden. Whenever you are doing an activity that requires a lot of movement, it's important to move smartly and safely. Think about what you need to do and where you need to do it before you move. When walking, try to keep your body in alignment. Think about a string pulling you up from the top of your head. Keep your shoulders relaxed and swing your arms gently. When sitting, stretch periodically and change your position at least twice an hour. When you have to lift or carry items, keep the item close to your body and keep your back straight. Bend at your knees, not at your waist, to lift something from a lower surface. Avoid lifting overhead whenever possible. When you move safer and smarter, you decrease the chance of injury. Additionally, organizing your day so that your activities are spread out accordingly will help you get more done in a day without increasing pain. In our fourth session, we talked about the benefits of yoga, meditation, and practicing mindfulness. While it is important to exercise your body, these practices allow you to exercise your mind as well. Mindfulness is the non-judgmental awareness of the present moment. Everyone gets distracted from the present, whether it's worries about the future or regrets about the past. Mindfulness tells us to acknowledge these distractions and then bring our minds back to the here and now. This allows us to focus on what needs to get done versus increasing stress about what we cannot control. Meditation and yoga are two ways to practice mindfulness that are more tangible. Meditation is the practice of focusing on a thought or activity for the purpose of relaxation and self-awareness. To meditate, you simply sit comfortably and focus on your breathing. Many people like to close their eyes. Let your mind empty of thoughts and breathe slowly and controlled. Meditation practice should be for at least 5 minutes. It is up to you for how long you want to practice. Yoga is a set of physical and mental practices that strengthen and relax the body and mind. You can complete yoga sitting in a chair, on an exercise mat, or standing. Please tune into our yoga and meditation video for a series of poses to complete as part of a yoga practice. Practicing mindfulness, whether it's deep breathing, meditation, or yoga, is a great way to relax your mind. This can help ease stress and anxiety symptoms associated with pain. Our fifth session focused on trigger points. Trigger points are spots of extreme tenderness in a muscle that can refer pain to other areas of the body. Trigger points can be latent, or just painful when pressed on, or active, meaning they are constantly painful. You can massage your trigger points to help decrease the tightness in the muscle and reduce pain. Some guidelines for massaging trigger points are to use short, deep strokes from one side of the trigger point to the other. Limit yourself to 10 to 12 strokes before performing some light stretching. Trigger points need to be worked out frequently. Perform a trigger point massage 3 to 6 times per day. When possible, use a tennis ball or a Theracane to save your hands from injury. Tune into our trigger point video for specific trigger point locations and video on how to perform a trigger point massage. Trigger points can sometimes be the root of pain you are experiencing. Massaging trigger points can decrease the tension in your muscles and can lead to more comfortable movement and activity participation. In our sixth session, we talked about how to prepare for returning to work while experiencing chronic pain. The 4 key areas to address pain in the workplace are movement and exercise, flexibility and scheduling, worksite adaptations, and workplace relationships. Staying physically active at work is helpful to decrease muscle stiffness and increase endurance. Similar to activity scheduling for your whole day, you can also use activity scheduling within the workday. When possible, discuss with your supervisor about scheduling in breaks or altering shift times to accommodate your needs. Consider proper body mechanics and safe movement when setting up your workspace. Keep all necessary items within arm's reach and ensure that you can maintain good posture throughout the day. There are specific devices or environmental changes you can make to ensure your workplace is ergonomic. Finally, it is important to educate your supervisor and coworkers on how you are feeling and what you are experiencing. This will allow you to ask for assistance when needed and to not feel overburdened by work tasks. Not everyone has or desires a job. Leisure is another important aspect of our day that can be treated similarly to work. Whatever your leisure activity is of choice, make sure that you are setting yourself up for success environmentally, physically, and socially. Whatever activities take up most of your day, whether it's leisure or work, it is important to protect yourself and ensure your space is set up for success. Optimal environments and relationships at work allow you to continue your job without increasing pain. Our 7th session discussed the role of social support when managing chronic pain. Social support can help reduce anxiety and depression among those with chronic conditions. There are 4 key ways to utilize social support: companionship through, for example, support groups; emotional through a partner, friend, or family member; informational through individuals who can provide advice or guidance; and tangible through concrete ways of others helping you. In order to be able to rely on your social system for support, you may want to disclose your chronic pain experience to your friends and loved ones. When considering disclosing chronic pain or any other chronic condition to others, it is important to answer questions regarding who, when, how, and why. Think about what your relationship to the person you want to disclose is. Are they a part of your social network? And if not, would you like them to be? Do you have the time and a place where you can meet to disclose your information? Can you think of any barriers to disclosing to this person? Finally, consider why you want to disclose to this person. What outcome would you want from your conversation? Just know you only have to disclose to people that you want to disclose to. Always keep yourself comfortable and safe with any conversations about chronic conditions. Having a strong social network is beneficial when experiencing chronic pain. You can utilize your social network for support with activities or for emotional support. This concludes the end of part 1 of our wrap-up video. Please tune in to part 2 for the rest of the content.